Welcome to TICE. Today we have with us Mr. Shaji Varghese. He is the Deputy CEO of SINE, which is the Incubation Center at IIT Bombay. Welcome, sir. So before I really begin with the conversation, can you tell me about SINE?
So SINE is a technology business incubator, which is housed in IIT Bombay. We have been operational from since 2004 onwards, and we have supported 220 startups till date. Over 1,000 innovators have been supported through various programs within SINE. And yes, we have one unicorn within our startups.
All right.
And recently we had the benefit of one of our graduate companies coming out with an IPO, which is Idea Forge. So we have been doing our small contribution to the Indian startup ecosystem and to the larger innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem.
So what kind of facilities and support SINE provides to the startup?
So as a technology business incubator, what we essentially provide is a necessary infrastructure which is required for the startups, which come at very early stage. Some of them come at POC stage, which is a proof of concept stage. They need to develop the product, make the first prototype, second prototype, before they reach out to their customers. So for that, we provide all the lab facilities which is available, which is required for them to develop the product. So we have our bioscience lab, biotech lab, then we have our metalworking lab and electronics lab, where they use those facilities to develop the product. Secondly, we provide office space to these startups, which is essential for them because they need to focus on developing the product, so that we need not go around looking for the right space to show that. In addition to that, there is a lot of value add that comes to, which is provided to the startups, which is very, very critical for them at that particular stage. So be it in terms of connecting them to the larger IITB ecosystem if they are not coming from IITB idea. And in addition to that, when mentors who come in, engage with these startups, look at the startups from a market perspective, right, from a product perspective, from go-to-market perspective, and give them support in whatever necessary. Then also connect them to the industry expert corporates. Most importantly is the investment that is required. Those startups may not be eligible for the standard venture capital support. So we help them to access support from government of India. So you have Department of Science and Technology, you have Department of Biotechnology coming in now. Ministry of Defense is also taking up a lot of initiative and supporting startups. So we enable this whole process, and they also help them to get in touch with the venture capital. It's a deep tech venture capital funds.
So do you incubate startups only from IIT Bombay, or is there any criteria that other startups can also apply?
So we support all startups, both from within IITB and outside IITB.
Okay.
But the criteria is that we look at startups which have a strong value proposition in terms of the IP, intellectual property, right? Because all said and done, as an incubator, we have a limited space to accommodate companies. So we look at companies with strong value proposition, good team to come in, and obviously the market what they are trying to
Okay, so you mentioned about the startup which is going to be which is already a unicorn and is going to launch Idea Forge, is going to launch its IPO.
This already launched it.
Okay, so they have already
Maybe 2 months
launched
back.
an IPO.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a session now there. We'll be speaking. One of the founders will be speaking about it.
So can you recall some similar examples of startups incubated at IIT Bombay and are doing well in the industry, bringing a change maybe?
Yeah, so there are a lot of examples now. So one is Gupshup, what I talked about. They have developed the conversational platform similar to WhatsApp for the enterprises level, to scaled up significantly. Started up as an idea within IIT Bombay by students. They taking it forward, build a business. Now it's a global an organization. So similarly, we have Sedimac, which is which is also developed, which has been founded by a professor,
Okay.
They've gone forward and done a startup and then scaled it up. They're providing control systems for two-wheelers.
So, sir, you mentioned about Idea Forge, Gupshup, and other startups. So, all these are, made in India. And now they are working on a technology which is, bringing change in the global world also. So, do you think Indian startups are really, all ready to give competition to the technology that is going on the global forum?
Yeah, so that's a plan. For companies that are coming into SINE, we are not restricting them to look at only the Indian market. They need to make product or solutions for the global market. So when we assess those companies in our startup ideas, we look at these factors when we support them. All right. And as I said about ImmunoAct is a CAR T cell technology, which is quite expensive in US. I think it cost around, the treatment itself costs around 3 to 4 CR. And what ImmunoAct has done is to develop a product which can be readily available for 40-30 lakhs in Indian market and also global market. So you're making solutions for the global market. They're not just restricting to Indian market. Talked about SEDIMAC. SEDIMAC is also at the global level. They are supplying to two-wheelers across the globe, right? So that's an intention for any incubator or any startup, that they should look at the global market rather than restrict themselves to the Indian market.
Thank you, sir. So this is how IIT Bombay and its incubator center is supporting these startups, bringing a change with their latest technology and innovation.